A woman can tell you a lot without saying a single word. Sometimes a hug is nothing more than a warm greeting. Sometimes it communicates comfort, affection, trust, or something more intimate. The mistake is assuming every hug means the same thing, or reacting to every hug in exactly the same way. Because when she hugs you, you're not just experiencing physical contact, you're participating in a conversation without words. And if you know what to look for, you can respond in a way that feels natural, confident, and respectful. Epictetus said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." The principle applies here even when nobody is speaking. Before you react to a woman's hug, learn to observe it. How long does it last? How much space does she leave between you? Does she pull away quickly, or does she remain close? Does her body feel relaxed, or does she seem tense? And perhaps most importantly, what happens immediately before and after the hug? These details don't give you a guaranteed answer about attraction. They give you context. And context is what separates confident awareness from wishful thinking. So in this video, we'll look at 4 common types of hugs, what each one may communicate, how to respond, and how your response can create either comfort or awkwardness. Then we'll go one step further with 3 practical rules for handling these moments with confidence, awareness, and respect. Because the goal isn't to decode every woman, it's to become the kind of man who can read a moment clearly and respond without forcing it. Type 1. The friendly hug. It's usually brief, perhaps 1 or 2 seconds. There may be limited body contact, a slight lean, and sometimes a light pat on the back. It feels casual, almost automatic. This kind of hug usually communicates warmth, familiarity, friendship, or simple affection. And here's where many men make their first mistake. They see physical contact and immediately assume romantic interest, but a hug by itself doesn't tell you that. A woman can hug you warmly because she likes you as a person, because she's happy to see you, or simply because that's how she naturally interacts with people. So what should you do? Keep it simple. Return the hug naturally. Don't freeze. Don't suddenly become more physical. And don't pull away as if you've just discovered a hidden message that must be decoded immediately. Seneca wrote, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." That's an important principle when it comes to dating. Sometimes the biggest mistake isn't what happened, it's the story we create about what happened. If she gives you a friendly hug, accept the moment for what it is. Be warm, be relaxed, then continue the interaction normally. If you're interested in her, don't try to turn one brief hug into proof that she feels the same way. Look at the broader pattern. Does she seek your company? Does she initiate conversations? Does she seem genuinely engaged when you're together? Does she consistently create opportunities to be around you? Those signals tell you far more than a 2-second hug, and your calm response communicates something valuable too. It says, "I'm comfortable with you, and I don't need to force this moment into something more." That's social awareness, and social awareness is attractive because it makes the other person feel safe around you. Type 2. The comfortable hug. The second type is different. This hug has a little more intention behind it. It lasts longer. There's more pressure. Both of you seem relaxed. And instead of feeling like a quick social gesture, it feels like she genuinely enjoys being close to you. This can communicate comfort, trust, warmth, perhaps emotional affection. But there's an important distinction. Comfort is not automatically romantic attraction. A woman can feel deeply comfortable around you without necessarily wanting a romantic relationship with you. So don't rush to label the moment. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." You don't control what her hug means. You control how you respond to it. So if she gives you a warmer, more comfortable hug, don't immediately pull away because you're nervous. But you also don't need to intensify the contact just because you think you've discovered an opportunity. Instead, match the energy. Stay relaxed, return the warmth naturally, and pay attention to what happens next. Does she smile when you separate? Does she maintain eye contact? Does she remain physically close? Does she continue the conversation with genuine enthusiasm? These things matter because attraction is rarely communicated through one isolated gesture. It's communicated through patterns. And here's where your response can create a positive impression. If you remain calm and natural, you're showing that physical closeness doesn't overwhelm you. You don't become awkward, you don't become overly eager, and you don't need immediate reassurance. That communicates emotional stability. You can enjoy the moment without demanding an answer from it, and that's a powerful distinction. Because the confident man isn't the man who assumes every warm gesture means she's attracted to him. He's the man who can experience warmth, appreciate it, and remain grounded enough to let the relationship reveal itself over time. Type 3. The lingering hug. Now we come to something more noticeable. The lingering hug. This is when the embrace lasts noticeably longer than a normal greeting. Neither person seems eager to end it. Her body remains relaxed. She may stay close for an extra moment instead of immediately stepping away. And in the right context, this can indicate something deeper. It may suggest stronger affection, greater emotional closeness, a higher level of comfort, or possibly romantic attraction. But again, don't turn possibility into certainty. A lingering hug is a signal. It isn't a verdict. As Aristotle put it, it is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it. That's exactly how you should approach ambiguous signals. You can think, maybe she's interested, without immediately deciding she definitely wants me. So, how should you respond? First, stay present. Don't suddenly become stiff because you're trying to calculate what the hug means. And don't rush to intensify the physical contact simply because the moment feels promising. Let the moment breathe. If she stays close, you can remain close. If she relaxes into the embrace, you can return that warmth naturally. The key is reciprocity. You're responding to what she's actually giving you, not inventing permission for something she hasn't communicated. Then watch the transition. When she begins to pull away, does she look at you? Does she smile? Does she remain close for another moment? Does the conversation continue with the same warmth? These small details help you understand the larger interaction. And there's something important about your behavior here. You don't need to prove anything. You don't need to make the moment more intense just to demonstrate confidence. Sometimes confidence is simply being comfortable enough to let a good moment remain a good moment. Your calmness says, I noticed the connection, I enjoyed it, and I don't need to force where it goes next. That kind of restraint can create far more comfort than trying to manufacture chemistry. Type 4, the intimate hug. The fourth type is the most intimate. This isn't simply a longer greeting. The entire quality of the interaction feels different. She may lean fully into you. She may rest her head against your shoulder or chest. Her body appears relaxed rather than guarded, and she willingly remains close instead of immediately creating distance. In the right context, this can communicate strong emotional comfort, affection, intimacy, or romantic attraction. But even here, the same principle applies. Context matters. A single embrace should never override everything else you know about the relationship. So if you find yourself in an intimate moment like this, what should you do? Don't panic, don't rush, and don't turn it into a performance. Simply be present. Return the warmth naturally. Let your body remain relaxed and allow her level of comfort to influence the pace. If she stays close, you don't have to be the first person to break the moment. If she begins to pull away, let her. And when the embrace ends, maintain relaxed eye contact. Offer a genuine smile and continue the interaction naturally. This is where a lot of men misunderstand confidence. They think confidence means escalating. It doesn't. Confidence means being comfortable enough to respond appropriately to what is actually happening. Seneca said, "No man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity, for he is not permitted to prove himself." In dating, your challenge isn't simply creating attraction, it's learning to manage uncertainty without becoming reactive. Maybe she is attracted to you. Maybe she's deeply comfortable with you. Maybe she simply feels emotionally safe in that moment. You don't need to know everything immediately. Let her behavior over time give you the answer. And if the moment is genuinely intimate, your best response is often surprisingly simple. Be warm, be calm, be present, and don't force the next step. Because the strongest impression you can leave isn't that you knew exactly what to do, it's that she felt comfortable being close to you. From reading to responding. Now you can see why no single hug tells the whole story. A brief hug can be friendly. A warmer hug can signal comfort. A lingering or intimate embrace may suggest something deeper. But the real skill isn't simply recognizing the type of hug. It's knowing how to respond without misreading the moment or forcing it into something it isn't. And that's where many men make their mistakes. They either do too little because they're nervous, or too much because they assume the hug means more than it actually does. So beyond recognizing the signals, there are 3 simple rules that will help you handle the moment with confidence, awareness, and respect. Rule number 1, read the context. The first rule is simple. Never read the hug in isolation. A hug is one piece of information. The situation around it tells you what that information actually means. Ask yourself, where are you? How well do you know each other? What happened immediately before the hug? Does she greet everyone this way? How does she behave with you when there is no physical contact? And what happens immediately after? This is where the Stoic mindset becomes extremely useful. Epictetus said, "It is not things themselves that disturb people, but their judgments about these things." The hug is the event. Your interpretation is the judgment. If you immediately decide, "She hugged me like that, so she definitely wants me," you've turned a possibility into a conclusion. And now your behavior may become awkward because you're responding to your assumption instead of reality. Instead, observe. Maybe she holds the hug longer than usual. Good. Notice it. Maybe she maintains eye contact afterward. Notice that too. Maybe she continues seeking your company throughout the evening. Now you're seeing a pattern. That's much more useful. Think of it this way. One signal creates a possibility. A consistent pattern creates confidence. This doesn't mean you should analyze every movement like a detective. Quite the opposite. The purpose of reading context is to stop overthinking. When you understand that no single gesture can give you certainty, you become less desperate for certainty from every interaction. You can simply be present. And that changes the way you carry yourself. You stop trying to extract an answer from her body language. You start paying attention to the person in front of you. That is awareness, and awareness is far more useful than guesswork. Rule number 2, match, don't force. The second rule is one of the most practical. Match her level of intimacy. Don't automatically escalate it. If she gives you a brief hug, return it naturally. If she gives you a warm, comfortable hug, you can return that warmth. If she lingers, you can remain present and allow the moment to continue. But don't assume that every increase in closeness gives you permission to take the interaction further. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." In this context, the lesson is about not allowing impulse to control your behavior. You don't need to prove confidence by doing more. You don't need to turn every intimate moment into an opportunity for escalation. And you certainly don't want your desire to override her comfort. True confidence includes restraint. That means avoiding the common mistakes. Don't squeeze too hard. Don't hold her in place. Don't grab inappropriate areas. Don't suddenly become more physical because you think you've detected attraction. And don't freeze so completely that the moment becomes awkward. Instead, match her pace, her warmth, her level of physical closeness. This creates something much more valuable than a dramatic move. It creates comfort, and comfort is the foundation on which genuine connection can develop. Think about what your behavior communicates. When you match rather than force, you're saying, "I'm interested, but I'm not desperate. I'm present, but I'm not trying to control the moment. I can enjoy closeness without demanding more of it." That's a much stronger form of confidence. Because anyone can become more aggressive when they're excited. It takes much more self-control to remain calm when the moment becomes emotionally charged. So remember, confidence isn't always knowing what to do next. Sometimes it's knowing what not to do. Rule number 3. Leave a good feeling. The final rule is about how you leave the moment, because the end of an interaction can be just as important as the beginning. When the hug naturally ends, release her. Don't hold on because you're afraid the moment is disappearing. Don't immediately start analyzing what just happened, and don't seek validation by asking questions like, "Did you like that?" Or, "Was that a good hug?" You've turned a natural moment into an examination. Instead, let it be what it was. Release naturally. Maintain comfortable eye contact. Offer a relaxed smile, and continue the conversation. If the connection is genuine, it doesn't need to be interrogated. Seneca wrote, "We should say what we feel and feel what we say." The principle here is authenticity. If you enjoyed the moment, let your calm warmth communicate that. You don't need to manufacture an impression. You don't need a clever line. You don't need to immediately make another move. Just continue being present. And this is where your response can create real goodwill. People remember how they feel around you. If your presence makes someone feel respected, comfortable, and at ease, that matters far more than executing some perfect dating technique. The goal isn't to win the hug. It's not to turn every hug into romantic progress. The goal is to handle the moment well. Maybe she was simply being friendly. Maybe she felt emotionally close to you. Maybe there was attraction. You don't need to force the answer immediately. Let time and consistent behavior reveal it. Because when you can leave a woman feeling comfortable rather than pressured, you've done something much more valuable than creating a dramatic moment. You've created space for another one, and that is where real connection grows. Final thought: read the moment, respect the person. A hug can communicate warmth. It can communicate comfort. It can communicate affection. and sometimes it can communicate attraction. But it is never a guaranteed answer. The Stoic approach is simple. Observe without assuming. Respond without forcing. Stay confident without ignoring her boundaries. Epictetus reminded us, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. When it comes to dating, don't try to become the man who always knows exactly what a woman is thinking. Become the man who can remain calm when he doesn't know. A man who can notice a signal without immediately building a fantasy around it. A man who can enjoy intimacy without becoming desperate for more. And a man who understands that confidence isn't about controlling another person. It's about being grounded enough to respond to the moment with awareness, respect, and self-control. So, the next time a woman hugs you, don't ask only, what does this mean? Ask something better. What is this moment asking from me? Sometimes the answer is to return the hug. Sometimes it's to stay for another moment. Sometimes it's simply to let go. The wisdom is knowing the difference. Thank you for watching Stoic Wisdom today. If you found this perspective useful, subscribe to our channel and join us as we explore practical stoicism, relationships, confidence, and the art of becoming a more grounded man. And now, I'd like to hear from you. When a woman hugs you, what do you think matters more, the hug itself or what she does before and after it? Share your thoughts in the comments. Until next time, stay calm, stay thoughtful, and keep mastering yourself.